Hey Ben, this is Matt from Antioch, California, and with another no-hitter going down, do you think the record's going to be broken for no-hitters in a year? And then secondly, 1 minute the balls are juiced and too many home runs, and then the next, too many no-hitters. So what does MLB or the fans want, you think? And then what would you do to limit the no-hitters? Thank you.
All right, first off, thank you for the question. So, no hitters. There's been a lot of them. And the first question that was asked was, do I think the record will be broken? Look, the major league record in a season during the modern era is 7. We're at 6. We're at 6 already through a quarter of the year. So I think, yes, absolutely, this record is broken. But look, like you said, why are we seeing so many home runs and the balls are juiced, and now there's all these no-hitters and the balls aren't juiced? I think what was happening is we did have a little bit of an issue with the baseball. I think the baseball was juiced, and Major League Baseball comes out before this season and says, yeah, we're gonna change it up a little bit. We're gonna lighten it up. We're gonna loosen the wool winding of the baseball. And and here's where we are: 6 no-hitters, not even 2 months into the season. Now, I'm not saying that's a direct correlation, because I don't think it's because of the baseball this is happening. I really don't. But I do think that maybe there was an overcorrection. Like maybe we need to find a middle ground to this. I have no problem with them coming out and saying, yeah, we're going to change the baseball up a little bit. I think we did get to a point. I personally think we got to a point where batters could stick their butt out and swing at a pitch, and it was going over the fence. And I love home runs, but I don't love seeing home runs like that. So I was fine with them coming out saying, we're going to change the baseball a little bit. We're gonna make it a little less bouncy. But I think maybe it's going to be a work in progress. Maybe we need to change that up a little bit. Maybe we need to find more of a middle ground, I think is where we need to be. So yeah, I agree. And I also definitely, absolutely think we break the record. And I think at this rate, we could break it before the All-Star break. So thank you for calling in. And Rick, hit me with number 2.
Hey, what's up, Ben? This is Matt from Louisiana. I've been a fan of yours for a while, and I've been listening to the podcast. It's great. But what I wanted to talk to you about is the Phillies, man. They are just not performing like they should this year. I know they've been plagued with, a lot of starter injuries and all that kind of stuff. But, I mean, they have the tools to be a really great team. It just seems like the whole team's not executing enough. Nola is great, but he doesn't seem up to form this year. Wheeler's doing awesome. Eflin is a magnificent, third day starter. He's a big surprise this year, and I hope he gets better. But I was just wondering, what's your take and what's your thoughts on what they could do to get better and actually make a postseason push this year? Thanks, man.
Thank you. Thanks for calling in. Look, I think you said it best. The Phillies, man. And that's kind of how I feel about them. Look, I want this team to be good. They have all the makings of having a very talented team. The offense should be way better than they have performed so far this year. The starting pitching is good. Getting some surprise years from guys that are stepping up. And look, they bolstered the bullpen, adding some guys back there that can get the job done. So what's going on? And look, for me, that question is there for the whole NL East. What's going on? Why aren't the Braves playing well? Why aren't the Mets doing as good as they should be? Although they're leading the division, they also have scored the least amount of runs in baseball, and the Phillies as well. I don't know what's going on with the Phillies. However, I feel like it's a matter of time. Same with the Braves. This division coming into the year, I said, was the best in all of baseball. And I believe that. I think you have 3 teams that are really good: the Mets, the Braves, and the Phillies. And I think they're all underperforming. So look, it's still early. We're getting into it, and we're getting into the time where you need to figure things out. But the good thing with the Phillies being in that division is that nobody has figured it out yet. They're certainly not out of it by any means. So when it comes to, a playoff sort of run, of course they can get on it. This team is talented. This team's really talented, and they have all the makings on offense of being better than they are. And I think the pitching has surprised, has shown that they can surprise this year and be better than originally thought. So I think what's going to happen in the NL East is it's just going to be a matter of who can figure it out. And I think the Phillies are in a perfect position and still right there because they're certainly talented enough to do just that and get into the playoffs. So thanks for that call. Rick, next one.
Hey, Ben, what's up with these new cheating accusations from former catcher Erik Kratz? Can you explain what's going on here and why no one else is really talking about this? Thanks, man. Big fan of the show.
Thank you for the question. So for those of you that have not heard, Erik Kratz, journeyman in Major League Baseball, has played for 9 different teams, played for over 10 years in the big leagues. He's been around. He's had an awesome career and has been everywhere. Erik Kratz comes out earlier this past week and says that there are multiple teams doing something, accuses the Colorado Rockies and accused another team that has, quote, been in the World Series a lot recently. So look, and you're right, it hasn't been talked about often. And here's what he said specifically about the Colorado Rockies, that we're using a TV, a massage gun, and a metal bench to relay the signs to the batter. A TV, a massage gun, and a metal bench. Now look, I don't have all of the details here, but this is a pretty big detail here, having a former player that has played for all these teams come out and say, look, this is what's happening here, and also say that there's also another team with plenty going on behind the scenes that has been in the World Series a lot lately. Let me hit you with a stat. Since 2015, only 2 teams have been to the World Series more than once. The Houston Astros, twice, and the Los Angeles Dodgers, 3 times. Now, we all know what was going on with the Astros. So, look, the question of why aren't we hearing more about this is a great one and an important one to me. I think when it first came out about the Astros, people were shocked, caught off guard. This is so crazy. How could this be true? How can this be happening? Now we're hearing something equally as crazy from a former player saying this is what's happening. I think it's hard for people to fathom that something this crazy and this off the wall is going on not only once, but maybe twice, maybe 3 times, maybe 4 times, maybe with 5 teams, maybe with X amount of teams. We don't know. But what we do know is that more players are coming out, and this one specifically saying what is going on in the dugout. Again, a TV, a massage gun, and a metal bench. The massage gun banging against the bench when a certain sign showed up on TV. So thank you for getting that question in, and I'm hopeful that we start hearing more and more about this. This is big, big news. It's not just one team years ago that did something. We're hearing more and more that there were things going on, that there are multiple things going on. And now we have a player telling you exactly what was happening and also saying that there was another team with multiple World Series appearances doing something as well. I find it funny that's how he that's how he decided to bring up a certain team. Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.